Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. DTC U1281 stands for Auto Light Control Unit Lost Communication with MICU, indicating a potential malfunction within the communication link between the Automatic Lighting Control Unit and the Multi-Information Control Unit, MICU, which is often referred to as the Body Control Module. This issue signifies that the Automatic Lighting Control Unit sensor cannot receive necessary data from the MICU, leading it to detect an abnormal condition and store this diagnostic trouble code, DTC. The electronic architecture of modern Honda vehicles relies heavily on efficient communication among various control modules to ensure optimal functionality across systems, such as lighting, safety, and infotainment. In this case, the failure in communication may arise due to a variety of reasons, including power or ground circuit failures. Therefore, resolving DTC U1281 requires thorough inspection and troubleshooting of the components involved, focusing particularly on the power and ground circuitry of the MICU to restore proper communication. This presentation will guide you through the detailed error description, possible causes, symptoms, and step-by-step troubleshooting processes required to address this issue effectively. DTC U1281 points to a communication failure between the Automatic Lighting Control Unit and the MICU, or Multi-Information Control Unit, which serves as the vehicle's body control module. The Automatic Lighting Control Unit is typically located under the dashboard area of the vehicle, where it takes input from various sensors and controls the activation of the vehicle's lighting system based on ambient conditions. The role of this control unit is crucial because it not only manages headlights, but also includes features such as automatic daytime running lights, allowing for enhanced safety and convenience. When the Automatic Lighting Control Unit cannot communicate effectively with the MICU, it triggers the DTC as a sign of abnormality. Possible locations for the body control module are also within the dashboard area, making accessibility key during diagnosis. Understanding the specific roles and locations of these components helps streamline trouble resolution and ensures that all related connections and circuits are thoroughly examined. Several potential causes might lead to the activation of DTC U1281. The first possible cause is a failure in the power circuit supplying the MICU. This circuit is essential for the module's operation. If the power is interrupted or insufficient, the communication with the Automatic Lighting Control Unit will be compromised. The second cause could be a ground circuit failure, which is equally crucial. A proper ground connection is necessary for the electrical systems to function optimally. Without it, the return path is interrupted, leading to communication issues. Other possible causes include faults within either the Automatic Lighting Control Unit or the body control module itself. A malfunction in these components can prevent the effective relay of information and result in stored DTCs. Each of these potential failures requires focused checks to ensure an accurate diagnosis. When DTC U1281 is present, several symptoms may be observed that indicate a failure in the communication between the Automatic Lighting Control Unit and the MICU. One of the primary signs would be non-functioning automatic lights, as the control unit cannot receive commands to activate or deactivate the lighting systems based on environmental conditions. Additionally, drivers may notice a warning light illuminated on the dashboard, signaling an issue related to vehicle lighting. This warning may prompt the driver to seek immediate attention to avoid potential safety risks. Furthermore, intermittent lighting issues could also occur, where lights may flicker or fail to operate as expected. Each of these symptoms points towards a significant communication issue between control modules, which may negatively impact vehicular safety and operational integrity. The first troubleshooting step for addressing DTC U1281 involves turning the vehicle to the on mode. This action is crucial because it allows the electronic components, including the automatic lighting control unit and MICU, to initialize and engage with one another as part of the self-check process. After setting the vehicle in the on position, it is necessary to wait for at least 6 seconds. This waiting period ensures that the modules have sufficient time to communicate and establish a connection, which could potentially resolve the communication issue. If subsequent diagnostic testing still reveals DTC U1281, it indicates a more profound fault that requires further investigation into the power and ground circuitry or the components themselves. This initial step is fundamental in the troubleshooting process, as it helps clarify the current status of communication between the units. The second troubleshooting step focuses specifically on checking the power circuit associated with the body control module. Power supply is vital for any electronic component. Without it, the MICU cannot function or communicate with the automatic lighting control unit. Begin by using a digital multimeter to measure the voltage at the power connector. Ensure that the specified voltage matches the manufacturer's requirement. If the voltage is low or absent, further investigation into the circuit is necessary. Inspect for potential breaks, damaged wires, or loose connections that may interrupt power flow. It's also essential to check fuses related to the circuit, as a blown fuse will halt all power to components downstream. Ensuring a consistent and reliable power supply can potentially clarify whether the DTC U1281 is indeed related to power interruption. After confirming the power circuit, the next troubleshooting step involves inspecting the ground circuit associated with the MICU and the automatic lighting control unit. A solid ground connection is essential for the proper function of electrical systems. Here, the technician should use a multimeter to measure resistance and ensure that it is at a level that indicates a solid ground connection. High resistance or open grounds can lead to an interruption in communication, thus triggering DTC U1281. Look for any signs of corrosion, disconnections, or loose fittings at ground points, as these are common culprits for creating ground circuit failures. Properly securing and cleaning grounding points can rectify potential issues, allowing communication to resume between the control units. This step is critical in resolving electronic communication failures in Honda vehicles. The fourth troubleshooting step involves testing the automatic lighting control unit itself to identify any inherent faults. This component plays a vital role in managing and controlling the vehicle's lighting systems. Using diagnostic scan tools, technicians can access data lists and perform functional tests on the automatic lighting control unit to verify its operational integrity. If any fault codes specific to this unit emerge, it can indicate that the component is faulty and requires replacement. Ensure to check for input and output signals using the vehicle's wiring diagrams, confirming whether the control unit receives all necessary information from sensors and relays appropriate commands. A defective automatic lighting control unit could not only fail to communicate with the MICU, but may also lead to persistent lighting issues. Thus, thorough verification at this level is necessary to conclude if the unit is at fault. The final troubleshooting step is to examine the body control module, or MICU, as it is a crucial component facilitating communication between various modules in Honda vehicles. Utilizing diagnostic tools like Honda's HDS, Honda Diagnostic System, check for any stored fault codes or abnormalities within the module. Comprehensive testing will allow you to assess its operational status and identify if it's unable to communicate with the automatic lighting control unit. If faults are detected during the examination of the MICU, it may need reprogramming or even replacement, based on the severity of the issues presented. Ensure you also review possible connections and wiring inputs and outputs related to the MICU, as any damaged pathways here could contribute to DTC U1281. This step wraps up the systematic troubleshooting process, and accurate assessment here is vital for resolving the communication issues. After completing the troubleshooting steps for DTC U1281, it is essential to conduct a final repair verification to confirm that the issue has been resolved. Start by clearing any fault codes from the diagnostic system that may have been stored during the troubleshooting process. Following this, retest the system functionality, particularly focusing on the automatic lighting control unit and its communication with the MICU. It is crucial to ensure that the automatic lighting features are functioning correctly and that no new DTCs are generated. If the system operates without issue, it signifies successful troubleshooting and repair. If any problems persist, it may require re-evaluating the earlier troubleshooting steps to pinpoint unresolved issues. The verification phase is critical as it affirms the effectiveness of your diagnostic and repair efforts. Preventive maintenance can significantly decrease the likelihood of encountering DTC U1281 in the future. One critical aspect of preventive maintenance is to perform regular checks on electrical systems, ensuring that all wiring, connectors, and grounding points are intact and free from corrosion. It's beneficial to schedule periodic inspections that align with vehicle servicing, focusing particularly on the automatic lighting control unit and MICU. Regular cleaning and securing of connection points can prevent buildup and disconnections that might impede functionality. Additionally, staying updated with factory recalls or electrical system updates can also play a beneficial role in maintaining the integrity of communication among control modules. Adopting these preventive practices will help enhance the vehicle's electrical reliability, ensuring smooth operational performance and fewer communication issues. In conclusion, DTC U1281 indicates a communication loss between the automatic lighting control unit and the MICU, necessitating a thorough approach for accurate diagnosis. Understanding the roles and functions of these components aids technicians in effectively troubleshooting the problem while also exploring potential causes such as power or ground circuit failures. Following a systematic troubleshooting process, beginning with simple power checks and advancing to component testing, ensures a structured approach to identify the root of the issue. Furthermore, conducting a final verification after repairs confirms the success of interventions taken. Lastly, implementing preventive maintenance strategies can help mitigate future occurrences of DTCs, thereby ensuring the lighting systems function consistently and reliably. Being proactive in vehicle upkeep ultimately contributes to a safer driving experience and helps maintain the vehicle's operational integrity. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.